Good afternoon everybody. So today we are going to discuss topic of divide and conquer algorithm and its difference with the conventional linear approach or the linear algorithms. So let us get on with this presentation. So first of all, let us try to understand what is divide and conquer. Divide and conquer means dividing a complex problem, a large problem, into smaller chunks and then solving each of those chunks or sub problems and then combining the results into a single large unit. So when you do that, it becomes easier to manage as opposed to a linear approach in which you try to solve the entire problem at the same time. So it becomes much more manageable. Okay. So what is the definition of divide and conquer? Divide and conquer means it is a design paradigm, that means design of algorithm obviously, based on multi-branched recursion. That means you are dividing the problem into separate pieces or sub-problems and recursively you are going to call the function, whatever your function may be. Maybe you are performing a sort or a search. Okay, so you will call the functions on each of those individual parts until and unless base condition is fulfilled, and then when the base condition is fulfilled you are going to conquer, start the conquer approach in which you are going to combine each of the smaller sub problems which have been solved into a single solved unit. Okay, so in the next para you can see it says it divides a problem into two or more sub problems until they become simple enough to be solved directly. Okay, so suppose you are being asked to manage a class of 60 students. So if you divide the class into several groups of students, say 3 or 4 each, obviously it will become easier for you to manage each of those groups instead of managing, say, an entire monolithic class of 60 students. If you subdivide the class into several small units, then it will become much easier for you to manage the entire class. Okay, now let us take a look at various algorithm strategies. So what is an algorithm? Algorithm is a set of steps that are used to solve a problem. I hope all of you are aware of what an algorithm is because you are studying this particular course in this semester, that is the 4th semester. So what are the common algorithm solving strategies? So the first strategy that we usually follow, okay, that is the simplest and the most common strategy is brute force. Next we come to another strategy called the greedy strategy. After that, in greedy strategy what we do is we try to take whatever lies in front of us without actually evaluating whether the choice that we are making will lead us to the proper outcome or not. Okay, so we adopt the greedy approach. Next is dynamic programming. Dynamic programming is actually, it has nothing to do with programming, but it has, what we do is we use some pre-calculated values. Okay, we use some pre-calculated values to solve a larger problem. Okay, we create a table of some values and we reuse the values later while solving a larger problem. So while we are solving the larger problem, it becomes, we do not have to recalculate them again. And the fourth one is divide and conquer. Divide and conquer I have already explained, divide, which is the topic that will be discussed today. Divide and conquer means, as I have already told you, dividing a bigger problem into smaller sub problems and managing them separately and then combining them later on, which is actually the conquer phase. So I am concluding this video over here. In the next video I will be talking about each of these strategies of algorithms in a little more detail. Thank you everybody, and I will see you in the next video.